Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today on this fine last day? I hope it's the last day. I don't know if it's a leap year or not. I didn't check my calendar. Last day of February. Thursday. Actually, Friday. Sorry, I take that back. Friday. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Rob Griffith over on Twitter. Good morning. How are you doing? Warfare can be fun. I mean, of course, it has to be fun. Life is warfare, and life has to be fun. Garage goals, yeah, thank you. We've been in a morning, Dan. How you doing, Rob? Garage goals, yeah. We've been in a transition here in the garage. My wife and I decided last year to purge, to organize, and to put a gym in here. So the car was the first thing. Where we live, it gets to be easily over 100 degrees, and then all the way down to 30, 40 sometimes. So we got a car in the garage. A lot of storage behind me. Who's that? Blaze. Speaking of cars,
what's up, man?
buddy?
Can you hear me?
I got you. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Just saying good morning to everybody. Rarity Dale, good morning, bud. How are you? And Bag, second day in a row, waking up on Arizona time. David's in the house. Dylan's in the house. We got a full party here.
Who let the dogs out?
Karaoke in cars. That's what David called.
Oh, Rarity's here too? How about that? Man, what a great day.
It's a great day for a great day. 100%, man.
Love it.
Yeah, how you doing, man? I'm here. I'm home. It's my Friday home. I haven't had one in a little bit, but Friday home. Get to take the kids to school. We have Amy and I have lunch date plans with some friends of ours, so we're gonna grab lunch together. Then maybe finish putting this gym together a little bit, then maybe use it. I don't know. I haven't worked out or gone for a run or anything like that in a really long time. But yeah, what are you up to today?
Going to work for a couple of hours, and then I'm going to try and work out after work, but Louisa's been sick this week, and Heather's out of town, so I'm really alone.
Single parent over there.
My mom's been helping out, though, but
yeah. Shout out to the grandmas.
Jason, what's up, man?
Good to see you guys. Feels like it's been a month.
Jason, is Grandma Turner still out there? Your mom?
My mom is here. My dad is here.
Nice.
Yeah, everybody's together. Great connection to today's page of some of the less awesome parts of life. Yeah. But the important part is that the family's together. So
yeah. There you go.
How are you guys today?
I didn't have to clean poop up at 2 a.m., so that was good.
But you got it all cleaned from yesterday?
I think maybe a couple more things need washed in the washing machine, but overall we're doing pretty good.
Nice. It's amazing how much gets messed up when that happens.
Yeah.
Code Brown is over.
I know, Dow, you just said you're taking off today. Jason, what are you doing this weekend?
Ooh, weekend. It is the weekend, and that is great. We're getting back to kind of what we do. It's kind of our family routine. It's still good.
My bad.
Well,
okay.
My bad. Hit the wrong button.
So yeah, been a good week with my Aunt Gail in the hospital. Things are good. Things are stable. My dad came out on Tuesday or Wednesday and has been handling most of being at the hospital. My mom is here, taking the 2 girls, sometimes the 3 girls. Kristen is away in Georgia with friends as part of my oldest's 12th birthday. So on top of everything that's been happening here, we have a new teenager.
Woo!
You do. Oh.
So, and I'm I'm trying to keep the mindset of finding the positive in all of this, which is, I'm very, very grateful for my family being around. And then it's also been really great to recognize the things that like kind of keep me steady. Like this time in the morning, this is like it's just been just a great reminder of how big of an anchor this is in the morning for me, along with, getting my gym sessions in the morning. Because I really don't know how I'd be handling things if I didn't have things like this that I have luckily been able to grow. So for the weekend, I have both the girls that I can kind of spend some time with and just kind of get some good dad time with my 2 youngers, as my oldest is with my wife, with another teenager, with their best friends. So, nice. Love is not a victory march for sure. Sometimes we take the long way around, but I think generally everybody's in good spirits and glad that everybody's together through all this.
Is Kristen in Atlanta?
No, they're out somewhere out in the sticks. Our friends have a cabin that they found. LJ. Does that sound correct? You know anything about Georgia? I don't. Anyway, it's like a cabin. It's this awesome cabin up in the woods. It's like an awesome reading and quiet space. Apparently it's colder there now than it is here in Colorado. We were in spring weather, which is awesome.
It's like it's 62 there right
Ryan.
now.
Never mind. Maybe it's not cold. Good morning, Ryan.
This is it. And it is. It's pretty out in the sticks there for sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's in Chattahoochee, Oconee National Forest. That's where it's close to.
All right.
Oh, it's like the northwest corner of the state. It's crazy. It's nice.
Rarity Dale got married there. Fun fact.
Oh man.
Where?
The circle's already complete.
In Ellijay.
Yeah, Ellijay.
This is my favorite word to say right now. I'm going to put in the chat. I want everyone. Tell me that you aren't going to read this word and that it's not going to make you smile as you attempt to say that.
Chattahoochee. All right. Gotcha,
Chattahoochee, Oconee. Wait, Oconee. Oconee. That makes me feel like I'm really speaking Native American when I say Oconee. That's cool.
Great inflection, Ryan. Good job on the inflection.
He was practicing that before he came on.
That's what I do. I just search out these national forests that I can't pronounce. It's a strange hobby, but it's what I have. So,
all right, Ryan, your turn. How's your Friday, and you got any plans this weekend?
Oh man, I wasn't trying. Jason was on a roll there, sharing all that, and that was a great example too of the of everything going on. How it does feel like a war. I took on a warrior this morning. It was a battle. This warrior had pulled out her best. She tore into my heart. She could have reached into my chest and actually tore it out. but my almost 4-year-old destroyed our morning. She was tough. She's a tough one. And lately I've been able to step up a little more kind of for the morning and be able to bring my oldest to school. It's been like a better routine for us right now. And Lauren was left to deal with the aftermath. I was like, I'm out. And so she took care of her. But man, that girl is definitely coming into her own, which is so exciting. And it's been fun. I think I'm reminded often about that kind of thing. I think the other thing too, I wanted to share this. I thought it was kind of, I'm curious where you guys fall on this. My oldest was invited to go away for the weekend to someone's like place out in the Hamptons, all bougie. And I remember like I had a feeling like, have your kids just been invited to go away for a weekend? You've been like, yeah, just go.
Not a whole weekend yet.
Yeah. And so my feeling.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go, because I want more context.
Okay. The most random thing that ever happened to us was Bailey befriended a girl whose mom was a airline pilot, and she offered to take Bailey on a last minute overnight trip to Hawaii at no cost for just less than 24 hours through New Year's Day. Like, so she was flying during New Year's Eve backwards in time to celebrate New Year's in Hawaii. And I don't remember how old she was, but she was younger. So that was probably the first time. Like, we literally, like, it wasn't like she just went and spent the night at someone's house or went to travel 20 minutes away. She was up in the air away from us with a person that I want to say barely knew. We'd been to her house a couple of times for some parties, but yeah, that was pretty intense.
Wait, I feel like I'm missing. Did she end up going?
Oh yeah.
She did. Okay, got it.
Yeah, we had 3 kids, so they're, at least one's disposable at any moment. We have more.
Yeah,
that's not the rule you guys follow. Oh, you only have 2.
No, I can sympathize with that. It's like, okay,
that was a joke, people.
At least we have 2 to make us feel like parents still.
Oh, wait a second. Am I the only one with 2 kids? You guys all have 3.
On screen, yes.
Yeah, weirdo.
I didn't realize that. Well, I couldn't handle it, so more power to you guys. First of all, I think all friends groups need to like kind of get some straws together, and like someone's got to take one for the team and either become a pilot or at least like someone working in like aviation, so that everyone can get free trips. That has to happen. So I don't know why we're not doing that. Although my dad recently brought up wanting to fly planes, and I was like, I'll try and fly planes. But anyway, neither here nor there. The point is,
he's taking up skiing again. Piloting is like right up there with skiing.
What's up, Anne? No, Anne, no.
No, she wouldn't.
But this is a big part of it, actually.
And if Ryan's taking anyone's kid, he's taking Brody. So his 3-year-old and my 3-year-old.
Blaze already has the box to ship him in.
If I really want to like fuck my shit up, earmuffs. If I really want to mess my stuff up, I'll take on a boy, because I have no idea I have no idea what to do with those things.
Man, those are the latest earmuffs I've ever seen. By the way, hi Hazel, how are you? Good morning. I feel like we all have to make a big deal when a kid comes on screen, make them feel special. What's up, Hazel? Oh wait, so hold on. So Sloan was going to go away, is going away for the weekend, but like in my heart, deep down, I was like, wait, you're not ready. And there was like one thing where like she like slept over at someone's apartment, like downstairs. And then, and then she sleeps over at her friend's house, another spot. I've been really like wary about sleepovers just because I hear stories from like women and other men too about like, SA and like just, so I've always been like just nervous. And so I've been like who, like, where are you going? Who's there? All those kind of things. And I think like Lauren's kind of been the one to say, yeah, go ahead, like have your sleepover. And I'd be like, well, I don't feel comfortable. And so I just have a lot of trust issues more than she does. But I was like, Sloan, I was like, what happens if you want to come home? Like, and then so I started thinking about these things. And I was like, do you know my cell phone? Like, you kind of know mom's cell phone. Do you know our address? Do you know what to do when you call me and you feel like you can't say something? So like, what's the secret word? And she didn't like know anything. And so, well, she knew some stuff, but I was like, I don't think you're ready. And then so I was like, I'm not going to say yes. And Lauren, I think, was having some conversation about like, okay, yeah, maybe she can go. And I was like, Lauren, I don't feel like I'm part of this decision. I feel like you're making this decision for her to go. And so I had to kind of step up for myself and be like, okay, how can we make this work and make sure it's a decision that we're both making? But I made Sloan study throughout the week. I made her study our cell phones. I made her study our address. I made her study and then share with me like what she would do if she called me, if she couldn't say out loud in front of someone that she felt unsafe. I had her, do certain things around like what she was like how she would say no if she got in a situation and someone is making her feel uncomfortable touching her body. And so it made me kind of think like, oh wow, if she wasn't prompted to go away, when would this have happened at this kind of level? My question to you guys, have you done this with your kids? Have you done then like this is the battle. This is like part of the battle where it's like it's not always going to feel safe. It's not always going to feel like clean. And I had to like really kind of step up and kind of be like, okay, what's going to make me feel good that I hope is going to make her feel, safe too. It's just big realization. Have you guys been there yet? Have you guys done this?
No, but I need to. I have to go, guys, but love you and have a good day. And I think this is a great topic. Happy Friday.
See you, Blaze.
See you, Blaze.
We've I mean, not like entire weekends, but are you talking as far as like the cell phones and like the contact and all that stuff? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I mean, like,
or just the fact that they're leaving for an extended amount of time.
Both. I mean, both. It's like, okay, like I think when I started to think like, okay, if this happened, if that happened, it made me realize, we were ill prepared for a moment that came up. And I think I get nervous because I know Sloan is my emotional one. And so, she can become like sheepish in a moment where she's like taking a lot of her like thoughts and feelings. And so I was like, okay, something's up. And I didn't feel right inside. So I think the general, like, do you know where you live? Do you know how to call? But then also like starting to set up that conversation around like, what if something happens? Like, what's going on? And I just realized that we didn't have that yet. And it made me think like, oh, if we weren't pushed to have this weekend, when would this have happened? So
I would say, I think for us, I think at least half of it is like who she's with. Like, we really haven't gone much past sleepovers, but a lot of it is, do we trust the people that she's with? And for the most part, yes. It's like we've never said no to a sleepover, although I would say more than half of the sleepovers have been fails. And I'm not saying a whole lot of sleepovers. I'm saying that like my kids in the past have called us late at night saying that they want to come home. For whatever reason, like nothing bad, just like either being uncomfortable in another spot, getting there and like going to bed and realizing, oh, I'd rather be sleeping in my bed. So I would say instead of us going through the worry of what's going to happen, it's been us saying yes and then realizing, oh, I'm not really on board with this. So I guess part of it's like they're deciding that they don't like it through experience. And we've also had 2 sleepovers where like their friend wanted to go home. So I guess the best that came out of that is they're comfortable voicing that they want to go home, which is good.
Yeah.
On your other point, we are like maybe batting 75% on knowing on them knowing their information, like their address and stuff, if something catastrophic has happened.
Yeah. Dom, have you guys had this conversation? Have you?
I don't know that we've. I don't know that we've had the detailed conversation of like the bad stuff, you know, like the evils that you hear.
Mhm.
But we've had conversations with our girls about like, you know, learning our phone numbers so they both, I mean, now they have phones, so it's a different story. But I remember having that conversation. It's, you know, how and where you get to our house and stuff like that. And even when we moved back out here, like, you know, retraining them on what our address is. All those similar talks. I don't know about I would assume that my wife has had talks with the girls about, you know, certain things about females versus males in households and stuff like that. I mean, we have privacy and respect in this house, so like, you know, doors are closed, you know, I don't go barging into bathrooms or bedrooms without knocking for my girls. And then
That's a good one to talk about.
We're working on Bentley doing the same thing because he's still in that phase. Anyone that has a boy, I guess I don't have any boy dads here right now on screen, but like boys and some friends of ours warned us of this, but like boys just like to show their stuff when they're at certain ages, and he certainly does that. And so we're working on that right now because part of the messaging that we were reading in Brooklyn's phone was that she's starting to get uncomfortable with the way that he's behaving. Even though it's her brother, she's setting that boundary of like, you know, I'm 12 years old. Like it's getting to the point where like boys are things that I like, you know, kind of thing. And like, I don't want to stare at my brother naked, you know, or I don't want him doing the things that he's doing. So we're working on that boundary. That's one of the things that Amy and I have been discussing this week, because he still has that like little kid mentality where he just does whatever he wants to do. But yeah, as far as sleepovers, like we've had a bunch at our house, this house and our last house, and I would say like Jason's pretty correct. Like some go smoothly, but for the most part, there's I think at every one there's been a kid that's wanted to go home. Like especially if you do, like I think for Brooklyn's birthday, she had like 5 girls on the list to spend the night over, but we ended with just 4 or 3. And then, you know, Bailey's had, I'm trying to think if like our girls have gone to sleep over at someone else's house, and I'm drawing a blank. Like I think we're usually the house to invite people over and not necessarily the other way around. So I can't say that I've had, my girls have not called to come home. So that's why I'm thinking like maybe they haven't done as many sleepovers at other people's houses instead of us just having sleepovers at our house.
Mm-hmm. There's been a handful of times where I've been jealous that I have not been able to get to Dom's house. I always think you guys probably throw a good party. I always think that you guys, but you know, I think Jason's that way too. I think you guys are very hospitable too, Jason. I think you guys do a good job of setting up to have people over.
Yeah, I'm happy with the way that we've made this place comfortable for the girls. I mean, I'd say mostly Kristen. Kristen's better. Kristen's better at that than I am, but it's like I love when the girls have their friends here. Their friends feel safe here, and it's. I'm just glad that the girls are happier being here than they are at somebody else's house. Even it's not impossible, but I've had friends I remember growing up that don't want to be at their house, so they'll come over to our house. That ends up just kind of turning into a sleepover, just nothing like not a sleepover that you plan. It's just like I'm going to sleep here tonight because I'm a teenager and I don't feel like going home.
Does anybody know? Does anybody have a contact or a friend or someone that does talk about this kind of stuff? I don't know if it would be. Because like I feel like I'm looking at this right now and I'm seeing Dylan Ray. Was that you who brought that up? Where's the other one?
Yeah.
Just like if you have a
What
house
age?
fire, like, yeah. And, but like that age too, like what's age appropriate? Less about that. Cause like, I think that there are probably age appropriate things to talk about, but I think more importantly, like, what are the things that maybe we're not thinking about? Like, I guess like what, a fire extinguisher or whatever else. I'm curious, does anybody have, I'm just kind of throwing this out to the community. Does anyone have like know who to contact or have a contact? I'd love to like have a discussion and kind of share that with everyone. Cause I'm just realizing how much it made me feel better once, like, I know Sloan, like I sat down and like I basically quizzed her and I was like, hey, and she got it. And I was like, okay, I honestly feel like if there is something that she will be able to handle the majority of what's going on. But like, I think it's the thing of like a reminder, because I was talking with someone and they were like, well, we know the family, she's going out there and, you know, it's going to be perfectly fine. And like, this is like a high profile person. This is like the coach of NYCFC, the soccer team over here in New York. So it's like, it's someone who like, it's his family. The mom is who we're closest with, but it's like, you know, we're going to trust that. But the thing is, they're going to like a soccer tournament. It's not the family I'm worried about. It's like other people around them, like at the soccer tournament. And like, okay, what happened? Like, it's not about you sleeping over there all the time. Like, what's going to happen when you go to the concession stand and you grab something and then someone approaches you in that moment? So it's just like those reminders. I'm so curious if someone does know somebody who maybe can even like come on and chat with us. I'd love to bring those things about. And also the idea of like, it's not here to scare them, but it's here just to make them aware, just like, you know, you're saying there. So
Brian, I got a question for you, I guess maybe specifically. Do you think, so like, I don't think you're wrong in being concerned. Do you think any of that comes from being in the city? Because I feel like, you know, like I'm not in the city. Dom, I don't think you're in the city either. But I would say if I was living in the city, I would have the same concerns as you, just because of all that could happen in the transit between places where there's a lot of people. Because with us, it's just from house to house. Like there's nothing where any third party would really come into play. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
I think in this direct moment, it is not my thought at all. I think that as we get older and like maybe they're walking around more, like, you know, there's a kid in this building who I think since he was like 6 has been walking to like one of the bodegas over here to go grab stuff for his family. And I've always been like, what the hell? But I'm not gonna like step up and say anything. And like the family, that's just how they operate. But you know, I think that there is more. But you know, I think you spend more time here and you realize that it's not really dangerous. You know, anything that happens here can happen in rural Georgia, right? Hold on, checking notes. In Chattahoochee, Oconee National Forest, it can happen there too. But yeah, so I think that it's definitely something that is like, New York doesn't scare me. I think that there's more chances for something to happen, but it doesn't scare me, especially like I'm also in like a neighborhood that's not really an issue. But I think the last thing I'll say, because I can probably keep going off on that, is the idea that, you know, I think it's the proximity, which we have a lot of people to. So like we live in this building and, you know, really since like I think the friend we're talking about, since they've moved in, a lot of people have been like really just like running back and forth between people's apartments and now sleeping over and stuff like that. But that could happen in like a close-knit neighborhood. And so it's like, whether it's an apartment building here in Brooklyn or it's in, you know, a neighborhood in rural, wherever, I think that it's still something that, yes, we should all think about. But yeah, to answer directly, I don't think that Brooklyn or New York is affecting me in this moment right now. And even to like David, like I think like my thought goes like, we do know our neighbors, but like anything could happen. Anyone can change in an instant for whatever reason. Like David, you brought up like drinking and your girl's giving you a call. It's like, you know, I might know one of the neighbors, but I only know them sober. I don't know them when they have alcohol, right? Or vice versa. Like I'm not really sure. So it's like any of these things can happen. And then all of a sudden it's like, you know, something happens, whatever it is. And then, you talk with that person or you hear their story and they're like, it never happened before. Well, yeah, but the one time that it did happen, it happened to my kid. And so, I would rather like look at my neighbors as almost like this like faceless kind of thing as like something that can happen. And then, there's nuance obviously after you get through all those things too. But battle. I mean, like this is like, I never felt like I was going into like life as a battle and trying to prepare my kids for it. Like life is a little bit of a war sometimes. It's a beautiful journey, but I think when I was reading this morning, I was like, oh yeah, this completely makes me feel as if like we all have to be ready and prepared. Like, I think we're a couple steps away from having a go bag and talking about, the best ways to get out of the city without crossing any of the bridges and making sure that we have enough cash to pay out and, when the zombie apocalypse hits, but we'll be there. Great topic. I love this topic.
Yeah, I could. I have to go. I could also kind of go off on a yarn here with this. A lot of great points brought up in the chat too, from personal experiences as a kid, from Rarity Dale to trust level with the other family by Robert. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah. Shout out to my best friend's uncle when I was growing up, who introduced me to all things. Probably age not appropriate when I was younger. Whew, man, that guy had a stash.
Oh my gosh.
Ridiculous.
There's always the one friend. Everybody has that one friend.
It was incredible. All right. I guess I'm gonna say I have a client. Gotta go. Love you guys.
All right. See you guys.
Yeah, I'll see you guys. All right, everybody. Have a great day.
Good to see you again.
Hearts with gratitude, mugs with coffee. See you, Jason. Bye. Everybody have a good weekend. We'll see you on here tomorrow, bright and early. Love you all. Play us out some music. There you go.